Good evening, everybody. Welcome to tonight's Super Mario Bros. 3 Randomizer Weekly Race. We are back at it and ready to roll for some more randomizer action, fresh off of last week's exciting tournament at SG Live 2020. I'm Pro8007, very happy to be joining you here this evening, and on the mic with me is Dust Minion. Welcome.
Hello there. We've got an exciting matchup for you tonight. Our flag set tonight is Flag Set 2 with no end card game. So it's the standard, the levels, the placements of the levels, the worlds are shuffled, the items are shuffled, hammers still break locks.
Actually, in this case, hammers do break locks.
Oh, I misspoke.
So, apart from the no end cards, this is a straight up Tourney Flags 2 race. So we'll see some more hammer strats than we have in the last couple of weeks since we were playing straight brackets. So this will be interesting. We got four pretty good runners going on here. So, Chad, get your predictions in. What's our first world going to be?
For those of you joining for the first time, this is just sort of a thing that we do.
Yeah, so we've got our popular reverse world order going on, and you know what? Let's go for that. You know, it's got to happen sooner or later, right?
One of these days, we look at the reverse world order.
If Leslie's racing, then we got a decent shot at it since he co-commed with me the one time we got vanilla world order. So quick rundown on our runners. DLP 316, veteran. All these guys are veterans of the randomizer. They've been at it for a while. DLP is definitely a player on the rise. He's played very, very well the last couple of times in the tournaments and what have you, and he is capable of going out and dropping a great time. Same with Leslie Pro 04. Leslie, before we switched over to SG Live, he pulled some really good times in some of the races.
Looks like we're starting off with World 3. And one path leads down to 7-2. The other 3-2. Fortunately, 7-2 is a bit of an anomaly the first time around because of doing it first means you kind of have to do this little run around making the note bridge. Gap is just too big to make the jump.
So yeah, 7-2. Ooh, Growlwolf picked up a star.
Ooh. To answer chat, yes, the ultimate goal of the race is to get the Bowser and beat him.
Yeah, we're playing under Tourney Flag. We're playing under any percent warpless. As far as beat the game. Oh boy. Oh
wow.
boy. Oh boy.
How? That is very unfortunate. At the very least, there is a guaranteed shell in that upper portion, just in the off chance that a very nasty enemy like a Pipatui were to spawn in that lower portion.
So and with an angry sun, I mean, we've seen worse enemy sets in our time. Johnny Lee kind of made a half-hearted attempt at the The flat at the pipe skip didn't really get it.
Yeah.
Fortunately, Leslie actually was playing the wrong seed, so we hope to get it back up soon. He actually let off.
Oh, that's what that is.
Yeah, he
Oops.
he got 3-2 instead of 7-2. It's like, yeah, that's not quite right. So, ooh, we got Paragoombas and their little Micro Goomba friends. Alright, so...
Alright. Leslie's got it loaded up.
So, Johnny is actually the first one out. He's in 5F2.
Alright. 5F2, if you just keep moving and don't stop, you'll get through without having to deal with any stray photoboos. Unfortunately, overshot that jump and took a lava dip.
That is a tricky bit of timing that really you can only learn through practice. It is one of those warpless skips that you really like to see. Leslie unfortunately got the star, so gotta do it again. Oh, Johnny got caught by the boo, but gets out of it. And DLP is out of 7-5, so 7-2 is not exactly really that bad. But 7-5, yeah, that's not what you want to see.
At the very least, it was at the beginning where everyone else had to play it, so
yeah,
it's not as bad as it could have been.
Well, the good times keep on rolling here with 7-8, another very difficult stage, especially early.
My goodness. The hits just keep on coming, don't they?
Yes, well, that was actually not a bad Piranha setup in 7-8, so they kind of lucked out on that one.
That's true. The pentuple Venus Fire Trap is one of the worst enemy layouts you could get on such a stage as that.
Chat's asking, is this just secretly World 7? Well, one can make that argument. And who rolled the seed? Oh, like you need to even ask. Who else would it be? After 4 stages of general torture, they're finally get a pipe check, and they got...
Okay, we have a stage, more pipes.
So,
Alright,
yeah,
turning back to, Alright, this might be the one.
No, but he doesn't have to play any more. He doesn't have to play any more stages. Johnny, I think. Oh, Johnny actually is making the right call here. He's going to play. Yep, this is secretly World 7. 7.
Yet another World 7 stage.
If we get World 7 airship, I think we've confirmed it.
Oh, if it's World 7 airship, then this is just up there with a really bad World 1s. Because, you fight Wendy here, and if she's on a terrible arena like World 7 airships, that's bad times.
Oh, and there's 7F1 Fort Knox.
And pranked with Fort Knox with no tail.
Oh. So that is a guaranteed Tanuki suit because 7F1 is one of 2 stages where flight is absolutely required to finish, the other being 6-5. And we have the World 1 airship. Well, darn. Does not appear Fort Knox was required, because I know DLP did not play it. He got a little jumpy there, and now he's in a little bit of trouble. Doesn't have the timing down, but it's a 3-hit Wendy, so he's out of the woods.
And so much for Wendy.
So Growlwolf is going to be second out. Leslie's through 7-5 and 5F2 is going to make a stop and get to Frog Suit. That's kind of vanilla.
where Giant Link takes out a Fire Brother and earns a star for his troubles.
Yeah. So Leslie puts that frog suit to good use here in 7-8. Gets himself a quick damage
Peach
boost.
hands out a cloud, and now we're actually in Pipeland.
Yep. So DLP is kind of running the calculus in his head. There's a visible lock on the board, but it's not in a required location. So he's, gotta kind of weigh his options here. And we're in 2-1 with a cheap.
However, there is also the chance that there is a second pipe. But then again, we don't see a we don't see a level 10 here yet.
Right. Yeah. If we saw a visible 7-10 on the board, that would be a clincher. DLP's trying to get that mushroom, but unfortunately, really missed the window on that.
And ow! Double tapped by that cheap. This tiny cheap, I would argue, is worse than Boss Bass.
He can be, depending on the draw. It can be a really unpleasant situation. So we have 8 Fort, aka best fort in the game. Let anybody tell you otherwise. The DLP gets a good draw with the 2 item boxes, gets himself up to Fire Mario. Growlwolf is right behind him.
I don't think I've ever seen that one question block not be a Fire Flower, the one at the beginning.
It is, I think, pre-programmed to be, it cannot be anything other than a Fire Flower, yes. I don't think Fred changed the settings for that one to randomize it. So,
yeah,
actually, really... Go ahead.
Yeah, I think it is a fail. Some levels do have fail saves to ensure that it can be beaten.
Right. Exactly, yeah. Like 7F1 always is going to be a Tanuki suit. 6-5 will always have Leafs. So, what I was going to say is that DLP actually had a really nice 8 Fort doing the 1 cycle. Had a nice little jump there, too. So, okay, so DLP finds his path to the other pipe on the left island.
And will we see the promised land? There it is.
Alright, so...
Unfortunately, it looks like he's gonna have to do this forge, because I think that remaining pipe is the penthouse pipe with a view pipe.
I think you're right, yes. Based on what we've seen. So, not... Oh, nice,
Ooh.
nod there by Leslie.
Can he get... Okay, a star. That means we're getting an orb, maybe?
Should be, even though he missed the door.
Got it.
That's close. Yeah, that's pretty close. Growl's in 5-5.
And is pretty much done with it. Alright, next up on DLP's end is the pyramid.
Another stage that, will always have these buzzy beetles. That's always going to be there.
Yeah. But, oh, Paragoomba.
Yep.
Okay, it's gone. Sorry, I'm having flashbacks.
Those PTSD moments, I told you about those.
I told you, dog. Alright. We're out of there. No music box, so we have to do this. But it's thankfully really short. Plus, we get an item for our troubles.
It's a free item. It's early enough to where you kind of want to go for this, and it's a hammer. So. And remember, hammers do break locks under these controls, so all the more reason to take a run at this. We're in the World 7 airship. Chat was asking, why is 8 Fort the best fort? It's kind of a running joke. We've got some people who really dislike 8 Forts, so the rest of us say it's the best fort ever. Slightly tougher Ludwig this time at 12-17 with a 4-hitter. So, but not too bad. Growlwolf's going to help himself to that mushroom.
Yeah. So our Rich are gonna go in the next world with a hammer and a cloud.
So I'm going to say world 4 is next.
I'm gonna say 1. Oh, you're right.
Oh, so
okay, a fort right there, so...
And it's the only fort in the world, because 4-7 is the 4-7 tiles in 4-6, so... But of course, the one fort we have to play is Piranha Fort.
Naturally. I mean, I don't think it's ever numbered in any seed I've ever played or witnessed.
I'm going to have 2 with the star, not a bad deal. Johnny Link is done at 13-17, so about a minute behind DLP right now. Grau is on the airship. Leslie, in spite of a 2.5-minute delay for playing the wrong seed, or the wrong variant of the seed, is catching up nicely. He's in the pyramid stage.
Yeah, indeed. Making up for lost time.
Grau gets the off-stage wand grab, so it'll save about 2 seconds.
May not sound much, but every bit helps.
Especially, got some really good runners here, so, you really want to close the gap. Leslie's kind of caught here with the giant hammer bro. Trying to get him to jump.
Uncooperative sledge bro. Okay.
Finally jumped after about 6 seconds of the same. And
okay, our first lost level.
Yeah, there are 9 lost levels, or levels that were programmed but didn't actually make it into the final cut. So this is kind of a 3-4-7-3 hybrid. A pretty easy stage. Good for piece speeding.
Yeah. Some are pretty nasty, but that one's alright.
Yeah, that's one of the easier stages. Leslie's going to stop for another item. DLP picks up a star.
Stars are always handy.
5 airship, another stage where you can really cut loose on the P-speed strats if you get the timing right, and DLP does.
And look at that, we're already there.
Yep. Iggy, he with the great hitbox. Although that was DLP's fault, so he mistimed his jump.
Yeah, we can't blame Iggy for that one.
Well, we can, but it's a little disingenuous. So 15-23 for DLP.
Giant took an alternate route and decided and has chosen to do this level, which is 2-4,
yeah.
2-4, okay.
This is actually one of those stages you don't...
Grohl picked up a hammer.
Yes, very nice.
So that's 2, I think, for him.
Pretty valuable. Leslie's out at 16:02. One, 2 now.
Yep.
Yeah, I would say 2-4 is one of those stages you don't want to see early.
Yep. And fire chomps aplenty. And anytime you see like a fire snake, you're gonna have to expect fire chomps to be around as well because they share the same family.
Yeah, so we're in the world 2. We're in world 2 now. We got H2O for 3F2. So we got a potential lock coming up, but we've already seen one. We already see one of the pipes. We don't know where that other pipe is going to end up going. It might not be worth it playing the hammer on this world, especially since they do break locks, and there are other worlds where this could really pay off, like, say, World 1.
Oh, Leslie!
Bro.
Okay. The anchor is a mushroom. For those joining us for the first time, the anchor is an item that, in the original game, it forces the airship to halt and not move anymore for a world you use it in. But since, airships always stay put in the randomizer, it has been repurposed to be a random item.
We haven't actually, there has been talk of actually making the airships move if you die, but that has been generally shot down as an idea. There's a cloud for DLP, so he's got a nice little arsenal here.
Indeed.
So let's take a look-see.
Um,
Yeah, that's a viable hammer play. That's 3
This
stages.
seems hammer-worthy, I agree.
Yes. Yeah, this is 3 stages, plus a free pass. I'm surprised. Okay, it's the
And wow.
waterfall stage.
The freebie level.
Yeah, this is the easiest of the 9 beta stages, by far. Still, I think I would have just, for the sake of expediency, I think I would have just clouded that, blind, but that's just me.
Some people just want to conserve. I mean, I do.
Yeah, I guess. So
Alright, the World 6 airship, is gonna do the clip. Nah, one and done.
Yeah, after 1 try, it's not really worth it. Maybe 2, but after that, you're better off just playing it normal. Like, it doesn't say it saves time, but not that much.
Yeah.
Got a thick
And we got our first heavy boy.
Yep. Nice fire kill by DLP. Link sees the intrinsic value and goes for it. So 1922 at halftime for DLP.
Leslie Pro is just entering World 4.
Yeah. So 1922. That's kind of a long first half. With that opening set of levels, it's easy to see why. Another good hammer play.
Yeah, but is he gonna... Oh, he's choosing to save it.
I'm not sure I buy that. I think I would have gone for a free World 1 here. Yeah, World 6 certainly has its benefits, so does 5, but I don't know. It's 2 stages. I think I'd have done it. It's a 5-hit.
Yeah.
5-hit Morton.
And ooh, yeah, and if I had chosen to save the hammer, seeing this fort would probably make me regret it. Not because it's hard, but because this fort takes a while.
It takes about 35 to 40 seconds, yes. Forts in general are longer than regular stages. So, getting the opportunity to skip forts is a good thing. Although I would say that fort in World 2 they skipped, I am pretty sure is 1 fort, because 1 fort cannot, by logic...
Yeah, Johnny Link just used a hammer to skip those levels.
Alright, so... I would argue, though, that using your clouds in World 1 is a really good idea, because it's guaranteed to, be valuable, because there's no alternate routing. $5-7 for DLP, no problem.
And Johnny Link is entering 4-3.
So Johnny has actually burned all of his items to actually take a short-term lead for the moment.
Yep. Now the question is, can he maintain it?
See, he's about a quarter of a stage ahead right now, if that. But yeah, DLP still with the long-term advantage in terms of items. He has a hammer and 2 clouds still to use. So Johnny is going for kind of a short-term sort of way to boost himself up a little bit.
Yeah. He is gonna need some lucky drops from these Hammer Bros or Peach Letter.
Oh, that's a lucky drop.
He's getting it, I think.
Yep, that's a good item. Now DLP's got to start burning his stuff because we're getting to the point where you don't want to be holding on to this for too long because then their value pretty much drops.
Yeah. Not that they can't be used in World 8. It's just their value diminishes greatly in World 8.
Yeah, it's hard. It's unless you've got a picturesque view of the draw, it's really hard to be able to determine, how much value they have. Nice fire kill by Leslie on Morton.
Alright, so we have 2 worlds left. The only ones remaining are
5 and 6.
Sky and Ice.
Yeah. We welcome our friends from Speed Gaming 4 joining us from the raid. Welcome to the Mario 3 weekly randomizer. We got an interesting race going on here. 2 forts up front. There's
and one
fort.
is optional.
I think given its position, he's gonna go for the item here.
Yeah. The flags for this race are flag 2 with hammers with no end card game, I should say. Hammers, break locks, no end card game.
So now the second fort is 3F1, aka door 3 fort. I don't know if Johnny is going to go for it. The item, I believe, was a P-wing, so not great, but could be useful.
It has a use, even though Fort Knox is gone.
Yeah, Growl missing the drop there, so 24.49 for him, so about 90 seconds behind DLP. Johnny, who still has the lead over DLP. Okay.
5-3. Another long level.
Yeah, this is one of the longest stages in the game. Any more runners other than these 4? No, this is all we have tonight for featured racers. Leslie's good use of
our first boss bass of the night, and well, goodbye.
That was our first boss bass? I guess it was.
Yeah. And it was a non-factor.
This time it was. Leslie in the World 3 airship, so he's caught up pretty nicely to the others. He has almost no items left.
Oh!
And DLP has scored.
Yeah. Yep. Get in that pipe and go back out to save that cloud usage.
So a really nice, and Johnny also scores big. He's just a little behind him right now. He's on the World 7 airship. So both of them doing very nicely here.
Alright. Now through process of elimination, we can determine that the final airship coming after this one will be World 2's.
Correct.
And the Lemmy is out of here.
A pretty easy fire kill in the World 7 airship. One of the easiest to do with Lemmy.
And on an arena like this, it's good that you have fire for this.
Yeah.
Those balls can be a very big pain.
Big. So 27 flat for Johnny. Grau is in 5-3. Leslie's in 1 fort. Leslie hadn't,
Another cloud from Peach.
All right,
they're just dumping clouds on us tonight.
This is an interesting draw, just because there's a fort up front. There's a lock. There's 2 forts, a lock, and I actually think I would have taken. I think the right idea is to do a pipe check just to get an idea of the lay of the land.
That's what Johnny's doing. And
if DLP gets this right, that puts him in absolute control here because he's still got an extra hammer to burn.
Yeah. If Johnny had held on to that hammer, that would have been a very comfortable lead, maybe. Well, although he still have to do those 2 levels. So never mind.
He only had 1 hammer, so it didn't really matter. Yeah, that broke it. So, but DLP left 3 clouds on the table. Oh.
Well, they might still see use. 8-1, 8-2 might be in the way.
Yeah, if it's in the way, you can kind of do a doubling back, but that only works, I think, that'll only work once.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's probable, but...
No. Then again, I will say, I did have a seed recently where I got to use 2 hammers and 2 clouds in World 8 successfully, so, it can happen.
And now the final guessing game. How many bridges tonight?
2.
I'm gonna say 2 also.
29:09 for Johnny. DLP's ahead by 25 seconds. Alright, got 8-1 in the corner, so there that goes.
Okay. Looks like we're out of hammers. So, the search begins. Oh, never mind.
That's a pretty nice draw there. That's pretty lucky, I will say.
Oh, hand trap. Another lost level. This one, yeah, we're not doing this.
Not required. Take the 100 coin fine.
Also, I believe there's no power-ups in that stage at all.
No. DLP's going to use his P-Wing here in 4F2. So this is a forced draw, so he's got to do this anyways, so no big deal.
Yeah.
This is actually
this
is one of the few times where 1 fort actually would have been valid. World 8. We never see 1 fort in World 8. This is one of those times it would have worked.
Okay, we see nothing changed on this screen, so it's entirely possible that either it took out a lock on the valley or it took out the one at the beginning.
So,
alright, looks like there is 1 bridge.
Air Force on the board here, as far as we can tell.
Or, Alright, looks like that was the false tank.
So that's out, so they gotta go back to the final bridge.
And so the race begins between DLP and Johnny Link. Who can get there first?
This actually wouldn't be that's an absolutely insane idea, but this actually wouldn't be a bad spot to actually use a Cloud and Campbell on super tanks. But there's no way you would do that, though. There's no practical reason.
That's like pure galaxy brain thinking,
Yeah.
and
The only reason you would do that is if you actually knew what your opponent was doing, because this is a blind race, and you had the inventory. Nothing breaks, so it's a quick check, and there
how
it is.
about that? Oh, Johnny Link is going for the other fort. Unfortunately, he's going to be mistaken.
4F1.
Yep.
DLP has everything he needs.
Yeah.
For pretty quick Bowser Castle, and
While regrettably we did not see it find a single hammer suit, Fire does an adequate job of getting it done.
35 fireballs, and DLP is going to go for his patented slide technique to get to Bowser.
Yeah. Just make sure Bowser's not ready to jump before you land that final fireball.
It's that has burned a few people. DLP is still going for it. He's gotta want to hurry it up a little bit. Johnny's right behind him.
Yeah, yeah, there is a clip here. It's pretty, as you can see, it's kind of complex to explain.
Yeah, you're basically doing a double slide across this gap, and Johnny is okay. DLP's finally
DLP has given up and is going for, or just gonna take the door and be done with it. Let's see what Johnny Link does.
Now DLP has got to get around these random fireballs. Ooh, one of the donut blocks dropped. But
okay, that was a very tame passage there.
So 35 fireballs will do it. Johnny's had enough.
And Bowser is down. And Johnny Link is not far behind. Alright.
Get out the... So DLP finishes with an official race time of 34:18.
Get your GGs out, everyone. And also give your GGs out for Johnny Link, who's about to finish with an official race time of 34:39.
Good times for both of them, and again, would have been about 2 minutes faster if they used their clouds, but that's neither here nor there. And not bad. Not bad considering the. But
Leslie Pro has caught up a lot. Gotta say.
Leslie, if he had started with the right seed, he would have won, I think, by about 2 minutes.
Well, it depends on if he's gonna go for the tank or turn around and... Oh.
He's gonna play 4F1. I actually don't fault the idea in general, but this is a pretty easy... It's right there. I mean, it's not like he's having to go around through 3 pipes here or something.
There's no real right or wrong answer here, I have to admit.
I think if there was a hand stage sort of blocking their way, then I would have done it. So
we're joined by DLP. GG.
Hey, thanks, GG. Well, that seed started out kind of terrible. Then it was okay after the first couple worlds most of the way. Gave plenty of items, but items aren't really useful if you don't use them. So probably could have been around a 31-minute seed if I used my clouds and didn't spend a minute trying to clip in Bowser's castle. But other than that, not too bad.
You were making that very uncomfortably close there at the end there, because Johnny was about, I don't know, a minute behind.
Yeah, he was on your tail there at the very end.
Yeah, I figured it was probably going to be pretty close between me and him. Then That's why I pretty much just abandoned it. Like, I practice it before every single race, and in practice, of course, I get it on the first or second try every single time. And then when race time comes, it just doesn't want to cooperate. So I'm thinking about just abandoning it altogether. And maybe if I have a hammer suit going for it, but otherwise just giving it one try on the top, and then if not, just going for the fireball room.
Looks like Leslie could actually slide past Growlwolf here. We can't really tell, but he's got fire. Growl doesn't. And Leslie is kind of going for a safety. He missed the jump.
Ouch.
Oh, so
That's
Growlwolf is going to escape.
Yeah.
And we welcome Johnny Link to the chat. GG.
Hello, good game.
Yeah. How would you feel about the menagerie of World 7 levels in the first world?
Oh yeah, that was fun. It was a good way to start the seed.
Yeah, I'm just glad 7.5 had a relatively friendly enemy set. I mean, the sun kind of sucks, but overall it's not a horrible draw when considering what's out there.
Yeah, it wasn't terrible overall, but I'm glad it was early so everyone had to play it. It wasn't able to be skipped or anything.
Yeah, I always like that when stuff like that has to be played by both people and it's not, like a luck of a cloud or,
right.
somebody has a power up that somebody doesn't type of thing. It's like everybody has to try it, so let's see what everyone's made of.
Yeah, I'd much rather it show up early.
Yeah.
And, Growlwolf finished third official race time with 37:29, and Leslie closes it out with a 38:27.
Good game.
Yeah,
and Leslie started the wrong seed too, right?
Yes, he did.
He did.
Wow, that's a pretty good time considering you start the wrong seed. Damn.
Yeah, if he had actually played with the correct seed, I think he might have won actually, because he was really he had kind of a rough start, but then he was flying through that seed. He made all the right calls.
Yeah, like no joke, he could have taken first.
But speaking of the devil, we welcome Growlwolf and Leslie Pro 04 to the chat. GG's guys.
GG. Wow. Well, let me explain what happened. Usually, when I roll a seed, I set the file search to search things generated for today to get this seed. But for some strange reason, when I clicked on the seed that was generated, a seed that I had run last week for practice opened instead. So there's some sort of glitch that happened there that took me by surprise. And I think I have to, basically all the other seeds that I've saved have to be dumped to avoid that from happening again.
Yeah.
Oops.
It's not a bad time though, considering you started the wrong seed.
Yeah, it took us a minute. We didn't quite notice at first because you actually had the same starting world 3, so that kind of threw us off even more. But everyone else was starting 7-2, and we see 3-2, and it's like, wait a minute, did you go in a pipe or something? Did we miss something? And then when we saw the map, it's like, oh.
Yeah, that's when I did some looking to see what went wrong, and that's how I found out what happened. As for how I played, it was really Jekyll and Hyde-like, in all honesty. I had moments where I was bad, moments where I was good. Felt like there was an inconsistency, and because of that mistake, I was way more aggressive than normal in using clouds and hammers.
So that helped you close the gap considerably. Not everyone availed themselves of their clouds, but there were definitely some good places to use them. And with the way World 6 in particular was pretty much a gift as far as how that all ended up breaking out because of where the pipes were and where the locks ended up being. So you just had to play the 2 forts, a stage, and you were on your way basically.
Yeah, I had 4 clouds starting World 6, and I was like, I know I have 5 and 6 left. These are like the longest worlds for me. You know, do your worst. I got 4 clouds, and then I like
They end up
I wasn't
being
even able to
3.
use them. Yeah, I ended with
Yeah.
3. Stinks.
Probably
But,
could have used clouds earlier because the first world that has 7-8 in it, as well as 7-5 within the first 2 worlds, that's where I would have wanted
Wha-
the clouds, really.
Yeah, it's funny that those clouds were like too little, too late.
yeah.
Or too early, too late in this case. But yeah, it was an interesting seed. Yeah, like the first half, you know, through the usual curveballs, but then with all those hammers and clouds, and just kind of you know fattening you guys up a little bit, like it was pretty straightforward.
Yep. Yeah, World 8 wasn't too much of a maze either. It was pretty straightforward for the most part.
Yeah, it
It's
was.
like not much in the way of guesswork. This was more about straight execution, and you know that was on fine display this evening throughout.
Yep.
So, which of the 2 forts was the right fort on the hand bridge? Was it the first one or the second one? Because I played
It was
both.
It was the first one.
So that was the difference between me and Growlwolf in all likelihood, because I wound up.
No, you
You both also did that.
Yeah, you both.
Oops.
I think only DLP was the one who skipped that remaining fort.
Yeah, I did both of them as well.
Yeah, and yeah, that was a good move, DLP. I was kind of thinking, well, I get it. You know, you want to do two for one, but since the pipe was right there, and it was basically right, you know, taking you right back to the
And you
Final
knew where Bowser Valley was.
right.
True.
Yeah, that was the only reason why I only did the one, because it was just one pipe transition to check. You know, it's pretty quick check as opposed to, you know, playing. What was the fort that second fort?
It was 4F1, no big whoop, but
Okay.
you know, but that was still a pretty sharp play, especially because the lock didn't break on the other side of the hand bridge, so that made it even easier to go for it.
Yeah.
So, but no, so yeah, definitely, guys. GG. You know, I think next week we're gonna try something different for our flags. You know, something new and exciting.
Yeah. So any closing thoughts from our racers tonight?
I'm
Just
glad to get back at it.
oh, yep.
Yeah, ditto. At first, I wasn't sure because prior to me taking a bit of a break, I'd been playing like complete butts. I hadn't been keeping up. This seed, despite the bad start, proved to me that I still can keep up. So let's keep at it. Something new. Here's what I say. In the words of Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, just bring it.
Nike swoosh, just do it.
You are the man. You are the man. We're gonna throw down the gauntlet next week. Oh, well, you asked for it. We're gonna give it.
Yeah.
Looking forward to it. Thanks, Pro A and Dust for the commentary. Speed Gaming for the restream as always, and the other 3 for the race. Thanks a lot, guys.
Much
Yeah,
appreciated.
Yeah,
Thank you, everyone.
absolutely. Always a pleasure to be on Restream. Thanks for the commentary. It's always much appreciated. And hopefully next time I will not make the mistake of starting with the wrong seed. But hey,
Hey.
that could happen to anybody.
I've made a mistake during during this year or last year, where I started in 2-player mode and had to restart. So
Nobody's perfect. That's the point of that.
Yep. So the runner command isn't working, but do give our runners a follow. DLP 316, Leslie Pro 04, Johnny Link, and Growlwolf. Well deserved follows. And you give me Pro A007 and Dust Minion a follow as well. We're also runners of the Randomizer on a fairly regular basis. So yeah. So thanks all for watching. We'll see you all this time a week from tonight.
Can't wait for next week. Thanks, guys.
Ditto. GG's. Take care.
Have a good one.
Good night.
goodbye for now.